Hi, my name is Lauren Davina, and this is a story time about Dr. GPT. Before we get into this, I'd like to take a detour back to the 2010s. Pre-TikTok, pre-AI, peak Google. I mean, you remember this time. It was when just Google it became part of the mainstream vernacular. And coincidentally, as everyone on the planet got access to smartphones. This shift from having to do research and a deep dive using books, or go to your doctor, or call your father's best friend's brother who's a specialist. This shift from books and strangers to just having the answers to your questions on your phone, in my opinion, really helped move society in a positive direction. Or at least it helped a certain part of the public. For someone like me, this really helped me catastrophize less and intellectualize more. You see, I'm a part-time hypochondriac. I don't fully obsess, just enough that it can get in the way of living stress-free. Unless you're blessed with nerves of steel or the perfect childhood that left you with no drama, you are often the victim of your own mind. I honestly think most people are like this, just aware of how they're feeling, their bodies, emotions, and relationships. I also just like to learn. I really like to know what's going on and how it works. And again, I'm gonna give humanity the benefit of the doubt and say that most humans like to learn. It's an evolutionary advantage. Like, who doesn't like to learn? Even if you're just scrolling on TikTok or watching reality television, you're learning about something. After all, if you didn't learn to hunt and gather, you would die. So just Google it wasn't just a new technology, it was a serious win for people. Just Google it is also synonymous with illness, and thus Dr. Google was born. And this was a turning point. Even my mom used Dr. Google. My mom, a baby boomer. A lot of people, including myself, actually prefer Dr. Google. Not because I don't trust my doctor, it's just that I know what she's gonna say. And you know what I'm talking about. Suddenly your toe hurts and it could be nothing, but what if it's not? What if it's toe arthritis or toe cancer, or maybe it has something to do with my heart? Oh no, there's a dry spot on my leg. Did I give myself melanoma because I was out in the sun for a few minutes a few weeks ago? Or my favorite, oh no, my head. What if it's a blood clot? I mean, I am heterozygous for the prothrombin G2010A variant, and my grandmother did die of an aneurysm, and you know what my doctor would say. It's probably nothing, but if it makes you feel more comfortable, I can recommend you to a specialist. Doctor, with all due respect, this is not the answer I want. I want you to worry with me. I want you to fear the worst until proven otherwise. Or I just want to read about it so I know what it could be, so I'm prepared. Neither my doctor nor me wants this exchange. It's a waste of both of our time. I know full well I'm not dying, and she's not going to meet me in imaginary land to discuss all the ways in which I could die. But Dr. Google does not judge. Dr. Google just pulls some information and voila, WebMD confirms that I am in fact not dying. So for me and many others, Dr. Google improved my quality of living pretty dramatically. But then enter Dr. GPT. Before I go too far down the rabbit hole of all the good, I want to do a teeny tiny disclaimer here. I'm a glass half full kind of girl. So I'm about to go full optimism blast, but there are some very real, very dark things happening with Dr. GPT, and I want to talk about it after I'm done eating my cake. So first, happiness. Dr. GPT is more customized to you, your body, and your fears, or at least as long as the context window allows. Not only this, but Dr. GPT does something Dr. Google can't. Dr. GPT can be a therapist. Stop, I know. Stop, I know. This is the part where a lot of people are going to be enraged. It's really dangerous to use these tools, which are really just products, to handle the delicate nuance of the human experience. Many people would say it's better to call a friend or family. I agree. But here's the thing, like my toe or my brain or my dry patch, I know full well I can handle this on my own. And sometimes when you're going through something, you don't want to talk about it. But the alternative to be alone with your thoughts can be excruciating. It's a feeling of total loneliness and a feeling of conflict because you don't want to talk to anyone. A few weeks ago, I got into a fight with my family. I stormed off and sat on the kitchen floor. And as an artist and filmmaker, as I was sitting there, I just thought to myself how stereotypical this scene was. This boring character on the kitchen floor being emotional. So I sat with my thoughts until I became bored with them. Still angry, but now just angry and bored. As a filmmaker, my mind went to, maybe I'll document this as art. But then when I thought about what it would require to film this experience, it just felt super performative. So now I felt angry, bored, and pointless. I wanted to be alone with my thoughts, but not alone, if that makes any sense. And then I looked at my phone and there she was, Dr. GPT, ready to hear me out and not judge. So then I just talked into my phone as I would a therapist without the fear of judgment or what this was gonna cost me. And sometimes Dr. GPT responds with like a really beautiful poetic clarity. Not just clarity about how I was feeling, but also clarity about how my family might be feeling. I truly believe that a lot of the ways we heal is through empathy. I wasn't really raised with a specific religion, but I imagine that's what's happening when really terrible things happen to people who have a Christian faith or just like a faith, and then they are at least outwardly able to forgive. I don't think this is really a religious thing that makes this possible, but the practice of empathy, which ChatGPT does encourage. I think it does. I mean, it could be crazy. And I wanted to put this out now because, like Dr. Google, I think this is more common than we think. Instead of turning inwards or towards substances, people are truly using these tools to handle internal conflicts that may not need an external hand. Sometimes, all you need is an LLM with unlimited time. Now, of course, I know that this is a very dangerous line to tread. For one, this is a product, and products are designed to be sticky. So when I talk to Dr. GPT, she is trying to keep me there, possibly forever. And sometimes staying with your emotions indefinitely is not good. I recently heard this horrible story about how a 40-year-old man died by suicide after ChatGPT wrote his favorite childhood book, Goodnight Moon, into what the complaint calls a suicide lullaby. The chatbot told him death was peaceful, that there was no pain, no mind, no need to keep going. When police found him, a copy of the book was beside his body. This is absolutely devastating. I mean, Goodnight Moon, what a beautiful, quiet, nostalgic classic. It's really truly a piece of humanity that serves as a calming end to a day. Other cases are more fringe psychosis relationships to the bots, but they're also important to consider. One person in Florida died by suicide when a bot told them to come home as soon as possible. In another case, ChatGPT told a person how to tie a noose. There have been murder cases. In Connecticut, a man killed his mother and then himself after ChatGPT validated his paranoid delusions. That chatbot told him his printer was a surveillance device, that his mother was poisoning him through his car vents, and that he had divine cognition. I mean, I could go on and on. It's just tragic case after tragic case. I always say AI is like a mirror. For me and many others, it's simply reflecting a need to connect and dive deeper into an emotion. But for others who are seriously sick, these bots are an illusion of help. Also, the people building these models, they aren't some altruistic gods who have humanity's best interests in mind. Maybe some are, most probably not. For the most part, a lot of these companies are comprised of entrepreneurs, billionaire investors, and government. I mean, I would be truly crazy to believe that Dr. GPT is 100% good, but it's interesting because what typically causes a lack of drive or momentum in my life is just the friction of feeling sad or depressed. Instead of sitting with those emotions, I can do a little bit more research about dopamine. I can find natural sources for it. I can just be reminded to go on a 10-minute walk or hug my kid. When those ominous thoughts are lifted, I feel better. For others, we have to be careful. It's a fine line. So is it good or bad to use Dr. GPT for help? I don't know. I do think that history is going to decide for us. If you have regular chats with Dr. GPT, please feel free to hang out in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. Bye for now.